Alright, here's the thing. I don't have time to do full episode reviews, dealing with a bunch of stuff and things that I have going on that's not video related, and things that are video related, so I'm just gonna do this thing that I like to call just talking, because it's literally just me talking into the microphone about things. I'm not even going to be talking about anything specific. I'm just going to be talking about whatever the heck I feel like talking about. A lot of it will probably be related to shows and things like that, like Steven Universe and MLP, but I don't want to have any restrictions on what I talk about in this show. I might just have a bad day and want to rant about it on the internet or something like that. I might have a brilliant idea that I want to share with the world, and I don't want to prevent myself from doing that. The intro's done, now on to the video. So the new episode of My Little Pony came out on Saturday. Of course, it's not gonna come out any other day, and I noticed something interesting about the main characters in that episode. Well, one main character. The only good main character. Yes, Applejack. Did anyone notice that throughout the entire episode, apples were not mentioned once? That has never happened before, has it? If Applejack's in an episode, there's gonna be mention of apples, or like the farm, or like harvesting, or apple bucking, and the list goes on. And that's exactly the thing that makes people see Applejack as a background pony, is that she seems kind of one-dimensional and everything she does has to do with apples, or the farm, or harvesting apples, or just anything apple related. And when I say apples, I mean that in the literal sense and the familiar sense. Applejack's focus is pretty much on apples or her family. That's what I'm trying to get at. And she came on kind of like a background pony because that's the only thing she was dealing with. She didn't have many other problems in life that she needed to deal with, so the only way for the writers to get her to not look like a background pony, to give her an actual problem, is to take her away from her family and the farm and anything to do with apples. And that's exactly what Made in Manhattan did. It put her in a situation where she was away from home, away from her family, and away from anything apple related. So you could actually see a different side of Applejack that you've never seen before. Like the way she kinda got anxious around the Manhattanites. They were moving a lot faster and hustling and bustling more than the ponies do in Ponyville. At the beginning of the episode, Applejack did get kinda worried that Apple Bloom would miss the Sisterhoof social, but then she immediately was just like, she can deal with it. Which is kind of out of character, but I guess it was fine for the plot. I mean, what kind of country pony would argue with an invisible magical being when it tells them what to do? The point I'm trying to make is that this is something that was worth pointing out in this episode, and it allowed for some more character development in Applejack. Even if it was just a little bit of development, it's still a good step for the writers. I kinda wanna see more Applejack and her actual problems not involving apples. I don't really want to see much more rarity though. 3 weeks in a row for any character pretty much is just a little bit too much for me.